Hi, everybody. If you're 45 or older, talk to your doctor, schedule a colonoscopy. We're going to do a quick one here. We're going to give it a minute. Let's smoke one. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by and checking this out. We've got a mail call from the Dr.DankNugz show. So we're going to open that up and see what we've got. Let's see. Sindro, what's going on? How's it going? Cheers. Thanks for stopping. Dr. DankNugz was nice enough to send me a little package that I won a couple weeks ago. So we're going to open that up here in a minute. Let's see. I guess that's all I'm working on here. We're going to load one up. Sorry about my dirty bong here. It's my dirty ass garage bong. Yes, it's my personal smoking device. Niplash, how's it going? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping. We're going to load up some. There he is. I got it, brother. I got it. You know what? It's a little beat up. They really put it through the ringer. I don't know if you can see on there. Oh, there we go. That's a pretty good picture of it. But it sounds like it made it. I can hear something rattling around in there. We've got a little bit of white widow. This is the plant that I'm going to prominently be growing this summer. That's going to be the one that if I run out of time, it'll be the one that I make sure I, take the time to put the goods into. Yeah, I know. It feels like you protected it good in there. I'm interested in seeing how it or how you did it actually. We got some dry sift here. Made that the other day. This is out of that big 13-foot wide plant from last year. The smoke wasn't the greatest itself, but the dry sift on some white widow or whatever it may be works pretty damn good. Let's see. Yeah. Singro says he's had stuff crushed by stuff here in Minnesota. Niplash says mail's been showing up like that lately here also. Chiefin, how's it going, brother? Good to see you. I see you saw a sub to your new channel. I'm going to get you modded up here. Anthony Lester, thanks for stopping, brother. Everybody's hanging out tonight. Kind of a last minute thing. I just got done with work. Nerd, boom, save, boom. Boom, all right. All right, everybody says hi to everybody. Oh, you're back on your main account? Cool. Excellent. Let's see. I thought I got, yeah, I think you're modded up there. All right, cheers, everybody. Works pretty good every time, I gotta say. All right. Hope everybody had a great week. I'm on my second. Well, I just finished my second day of the week. Couple of short days, couple of long days. Woo. So yeah, I've got a few plants in clone form right now. Just kind of hanging out, vegging just a little bit. Those will be going outside in mounds. And then I've got a couple of autos that I've gotten from a couple of different shows through contests. And we'll be popping 4 of those. I've got 2 right now popped. It's a little early right now, and I want them to mostly be outside for this. RJS 42, what's going on? How you doing? Thanks for stopping. We're going to open up a mail call from Dr.DankNugz. And everything, if you guys aren't familiar, is going to be grown with basically stuff I picked up out of the yard. I figured out a way of harvesting some wild rabbit shit. So I was feeding the wild rabbits willow bark or willow branches, and they're peeling the bark off of that. So that's going to steer me into some freaking hormones, hopefully, for early part of veg and veg. And then I've got some deer crap that I collected out there, and that's predominantly wild deer shit. They've been they were eating like the tips of branches and stuff, so the buds of that kind of stuff. So I figure that's going to kind of possibly have some like of the more budding kind of nutrients in it. So we're going to use that for our flour along with some other stuff. I got a array of stuff that I'm doing, from fermented plant juices, compost teas. I picked up some myco. It's mycorrhiza type shake on type thing. So I'm going to be inoculating every hole with that. Made my own biochar. Yeah, I don't know. We're using our pond water and blood meal, bone meal, some Epsom salt here and there. Not so much for the magnesium, because I'm in the ground. There's going to be plenty of magnesium in my mound itself. But it's magnesium sulfate, and I want to use that for getting more sulfur in to get more terps. That's where I contribute my my terpenes that I got in some of my flour this year is from, using that. So I hope that's the case. Anyways, let's see what we got here. It's been a long day for Chiefin'. Yeah, dude, you work hard. I've seen some of your lunch breaks, and being out in that damn weather all the time, I used to do a lot of it myself, and it's not easy. It's not easy. So take it easy. Take a break anytime you can, because you're gonna wear yourself out, brother. All you guys, don't overdo the shit. Yeah. Anthony Lester's got 2 rabbits. He uses the rabbit crap as compost every year. You betcha. And I think, let's see, Dr. DankNugz, rabbit turds are supposed to be some of the best fertilizer ever. You betcha. Along with homemade nightcrawler castings and worm castings. We're going to fucking kill it again this year. And I'm going to pop some of your seeds here, Doc, and incorporate that into my grow. And then there is going to be one more seed I'm going to try and pop. So there's only going to be a couple of seeds that I popped this year that are not feminized or even, guaranteed. And that's a couple of bag seeds that I got from ice cream cake from 2 years ago. So I want to try and see what was introduced to that line, because there's not really a lot going on around me. So to be wild pollinated, it had to have come from possibly a military installation about 15 miles from here. And we really don't have a lot between here and there other than open wilderness. And we get a lot of straight line winds right from that area. So I know 10 miles, 15 miles, a long way for pollen to travel, but it's possible. And I've popped some seeds from years ago where I got plants that impressed the hell out of me before I knew what I know now, but still it's plants that I wish I had back. All right, here we go. Dr. DankNugz, thanks for your show. I know everybody here in the chat is familiar with you, but any of my gromies from the great state of Minnesota here, my local homies. If you're watching or you watch this in the future, check out the Dr.DankNugz show Monday nights. Don't exactly remember what time, but he can tell you guys. I think it's around 7-ish, or depends on where you're at too. And then if some of these guys that are from my area aren't quite probably familiar with all this YouTube and our growing community, I'm not seeing a lot of them on the chat, but I know they're going to see this. Some of them are following what I'm doing to introduce themselves to growing. A lot of them haven't done any of it all or haven't had success doing it. So to them, click on these blue names here when you're watching this chat. Or if you're watching this in the future too, if you don't have the chat on, I do have it activated so you can see all our chat when you watch this in the future, so you can see any of the conversations that are going on. This will be YouTube only. I don't have anything on any other channels. Not yet. Probably not for a while. I don't know. But this year is going to be pretty, I don't know. It's going to be a learning experience using all that different kind of stuff. But I've thought about it a lot. So I'll be adding those amendments and I'll be spraying them down with fermented plant juices. And then I'm going to follow that up with a top spray, not a foliar spray, but a top drench of compost tea, activated aerated compost teas. So I've been dabbling in it a little bit in the past. We'll see where it goes this year. All right, here we go. We've got some slaps. Oh, heck yeah, these are cool. Kind buds for Dr.DankNugz. That's badass. And you guys check out, if you guys, any of my local fans or whatever, followers, there's another Dr.DankNugz. That's the one you'll see on his show. All you guys got to do is click on these people's names and you can like and subscribe to their channels. They all have really great channels. Depending on, there's Bingus. He's the dog. He's one of the OGs here. He's also got a book, Bingus here. I know everybody in the chat's familiar with him. Anybody watching this in the future, check out Bingus's channel and check out his book. All right, here we go. Says Dr.DankNugz, and it says, thanks for your support, buddy. Thanks for your support, buddy. I appreciate it. You've always been there for inspiration and support. Always have kind words for everybody and never at a shortage for any knowledge. That's for dang sure. And you're more technologically inclined than myself, so you can access what's going on here in one of these things faster than I can. So you're like an information god to me, really. All right, so I'm half blind. I'm gonna have to get my freaking glasses to read this, but we got our seeds. We got some seeds. Yeah. Oh, I might add their freaking really dirty glasses too. I might not be able to read it all. All right. What does that say? Kush something. Make a fool of myself, but experience. Blue nectar. From 77 Seed Bank. All right. Well, I can't wait to try these out. Let's see. Okay, so this is from the doctor himself right here now. Make sure you put those outside with plenty of room. For them to grow. Let's see. Oh, so that 13-footer was out of this, huh? All right. Right on, right on. So you know what? I'm gonna train that fucker out. Maybe that'll be the one I train out fucking 20 feet wide this year, because that's my goal this year. My first one, my first couple big ones were 14 and 12 feet wide. But they were taller ones. I didn't train those out wide. I trained them up and they grew wide. Now I'm training them wide and low. So this year we got to 13 feet, but we had a bunch of frost issues. This year I'm going for 20 feet. Now I've got some clones. They're starting to be trained now, but they're only like, I don't know, 5 inches tall or something like that. And I want to, I know that the seeds are going to be the most vigorous. Not saying that you can't get that out of a clone, especially here in Minnesota. We've got a growing season. Like, I don't know if a lot of people aren't familiar, but Doc, you said you got your 13-footer, and I'm pretty sure Ohio's got pretty much the same summer type temperatures we have. We may have a little more humidity, but I'm pretty sure you got humidity too. I think you guys get more snow than we do in the winter, or worse storms. Also worse storms probably too, but we're not unfamiliar with tornadoes around here and straight line winds. We get straight line winds every year. Last year was 70 miles an hour. My plants held up to 70 fucking miles an hour trained out the way that I trained them. So, and that was when they were 4.5, 5 feet tall, and they got to 5 feet to 5.5 feet tall and 13 feet wide. 12 foot tall and 12 feet wide. Hell yeah. Now, what is crazy is when you grow a plant that's freaking 4.5, 5 feet. I really didn't measure how tall it was, and it's on a mound, so whatever. But that one I walk through, that one, I've been going through that bud making dry sift out of it. That's where all this dry sift is coming from. And all that plant is all the same density. It's not rock hard buds. I think that plant was picked early, but we had freezing cold temperatures coming. It was in the ground and it was fucking 13 feet wide. I wasn't moving it. I wasn't going to let it all go to hell. I couldn't contain around it. So I picked it, trimmed it, made a video. Watch that video if you want. You check it out. Took an hour and a half or was it? No, it was 2.5 hour shows standing there wet trimming. I trimmed it over 2 days. Wet trimmed it over 2 days. Nope. So it was so I trimmed off the fan leaves. It was dry trim. So I didn't even trim it actually. It still had all its fan leaves on it, I think. I don't remember. Yeah, anyways, so I really appreciate seeds and freaking slaps, brother. I am going to be sending you a bottle of my finest honey. And you can expect it in a week or two. I don't make it to freaking town much. So, although I do only live like 3 or 4 miles away from it, but I don't make it to that part of town much. I do have a small amount of some biochar. If you're gonna be growing outside this year, I don't know if I'd use it inside because it is inoculated kind of with some rabbit shit and some deer shit. That's what I charged it with. But if you want, a couple of cups worth of biochar, I'll send you some of that too. Right on, right on. I appreciate everybody for hanging out. Love y'all. Once again, if you're 45 or older, give your doctor a call, schedule a colonoscopy. Check out the Dr. DankNugz show. Thanks, Bingus, Anthony Lester, Dr. DankNugz. Everybody else, Chiefin, yep. RJS 54 or 42. Sing grows. Niplash. You guys are all the best. Appreciate you. Let's smoke one more, huh? Everybody's still hanging out for a minute. What the heck? We had a couple of nice days here. Boy, what did we have? I know like California had 105 or something like that. But for Minnesota in April, we have in late March, we have no snow on the ground anywhere near me. We just had 10 inches 14 days ago. The ground froze hard again last night, but when I was out at my grow, I did see a big ass frog. So I know that stuff's all thawed out. What I've been doing with my mounds now, because I'm transitioning from old school when I had everything in big pots where I could move them around, and that was using fertilizers. I mean, you could freaking pump them fuckers full and get them to live on small transportable pots, big plants. But going organic, I prefer to be in the ground. With my training method now, the pot stuff was the pots, plants in pots was before my training method. The training method makes it stable, keeps it low. You know, I don't know. It is what it is. Watch them videos. Someday somebody will be interested enough to fucking say, hey, let's get this fucking shit done. Eventually, I'll figure out something. I do have another call it invention, or it's not really invention, but it's a new take on something. It's a dog toy kind of thing. But I'm gonna probably throw that together and then hopefully use the proceeds from that then. But I mean, right now, what the fuck's the point? You can't fucking get any materials from anywhere because it costs $1 million. You can't fucking sell it anywhere because it costs $10 million fucking ship it. So fuck, I'm just gonna fucking keep showing off, I guess. I consider it showing off. I don't know. I'm pretty fucking happy with these plants every year. I've got to dial in a couple of things. We're dialing in the genetics. So I've never had genetics till the last 2 years. It was all bag seeds every freaking year. The first year then I purchased seeds, it was White Rhino and Power Plant. And I had excellent freaking experience with those seeds. Oh, and then a friend had given me a clone of ice cream cake and a clone of Stout 101. The Stout 101 died. They both went into fucking flour, so they re-vegged. The one died. The ice cream cake lived. That ice cream cake is bulletproof, fucking beautiful, tasty as hell. Gets you ripped. 28 to 30% probably, if you ask me. You ask my buddy, it's probably more than that. So we've got that backed up. We got a couple others backed up from 2 years ago. Then we've got last year's was Blueberry Sprinkle, which is the clone I got from my buddy that gave me the ice cream cake. That was phenomenal. Very hashy. The cream cheese, which was a seed, bag seed, that I don't think it finished all the way. You know, it may have been a little bit nutrient deficient at the end because I wasn't able to keep up with feeding that one the way I'm kind of feeding. Since I'm around enough 3 times a day, these things are getting fed and watered more or less, but fed and then fed differently 3 times a day. Sometimes they'll get fermented plant juice, just a little shot when they get watered. Sometimes they'll get the activated aerated compost tea, just a shot. And every time I'm giving them those, they're saturating the freaking dry amendments that I have in the mounds. And then the third time, whether it's right away in the morning or the last feeding at night, depending on what I do that day, it'll be a foliar spray. So I'll foliar feed some kind of freaking nutrient, whether it's right now it's just going to be activated aerated compost teas. I was spraying with fermented plant juices, but then last year I noticed on one of the stems of one of the young plants, there was some kind of freaking funky, moldy kind of fucking yuck. So I quit spraying foliar spray. I was doing a pretty heavy freaking concentration. It might have been 15%, but I quit doing that. And then magnesium sulfate, so Epsom salt. That's going to be twice a week, 1 tablespoon per gallon. And that is going to be foliar sprayed. I don't think I'm going to need any in the top dress. We'll see. I mean, this is all a big experiment anyways, right? All right, cheers. Before we lose everybody. Sorry. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate you. All right, now, hey, too, anybody that's stuck on watching this, if I had your phone number in the past and you guys know who I'm talking to, my phone crapped out. You need to freaking get a hold of me and give me your number again, all right? So text me with your name so I know who the fuck's texting. All right. Hoofta. Yeah, that'd be good. Oh, I know there's something going to be coming on here. Friday. Oh, yeah. Garden Cultivation Network. Let's go watch them guys. They're going to be coming on here in about a half hour, I believe, right? Is it 8 o'clock Central? Pretty sure. Unless anybody else got anything to talk about. I'm trying to think. We're going to be using our mycorrhiza. Worm castings. I'm going to start going out and collecting night crawlers. I pitchforked my fucking mounds. So I have a 5-fingered potato fork, and I stabbed the mounds the other day. About 3 weeks ago, before this last snow, I took all my leftover nutrients from last year and spread them out on the mounds. And then for the last 5 or 6 days, I've been taking pond water and water in the mounds. I did throw in some radish seeds and some other kinds of seeds, and they did start to sprout, but then we got that shitty weather and it froze. I did it too early, but I was just getting rid of old stuff. So they germinated. Now they're decaying, so that's going to, more hormones for the pile. My mounds are basically a natural, but kind of jacked up. It's kind of a jacked up hugel culture, they call them now. So there's a lot of wood material, grass clippings, stuff like that. Peat, a lot of peat. So appreciate you, everybody. Take it easy. Adios. There's a bug flying around.